Big Oil wants you to believe that because climate change was mentioned in children's cartoons and a Batman movie in the 90s, companies like Chevron hold no responsibility for the current climate crisis. Oil giant Chevron has filed a huge new legal brief arguing just that. The brief was first reported last week by E&E News and is part of a larger lawsuit involving Chevron in Hawaii. The city and county of Honolulu is suing Chevron and a handful of other big oil companies for their role in contributing to sea level rise by spreading climate denial and misinformation about their product. In the brief, Chevron asks the court to dismiss the suit, claiming that oil and gas companies didn't withhold knowledge about climate change from the public and that climate change has long been a common topic of public discourse. In order to support this claim, the brief touches on a pretty wide assortment of cultural commentary. There's a cultural reference here for everyone. Did you like reading Calvin and Hobbes? There was a 1987 strip about climate change, so it's not Chevron's fault that the world kept using oil after that. Were you a 90s kid who watched The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Beverly Hills 90210, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Captain Planet, or Power Rangers? All those shows had a mention of global warming, so you really should have known better.
The sunlight that would normally bounce back into space as heat will be trapped by the increased carbon dioxide.
Did you go see The Prince of Tides, Batman Returns, or The American President when they were in theaters in the 90s? Those movies contained at least one reference to climate change.
Stop global warming! Start global cooling!
Clearly, the world was paying attention to scientists' warnings. The brief also provides an extensive and chronological list of news articles from the New York Times, Time Magazine, The Atlantic, and other major news outlets, including media in Hawaii, on coverage of climate science and reports on links between fossil fuel use and climate change. Chevron's argument here is that because pop culture and major media discussed climate change, there's no way to claim that major oil companies successfully misled the public about the impact of their product. But just because scientific information infiltrated popular media and culture, that has nothing to do with the behind-the-scenes campaign oil companies and their allies were running to discount that science. Just because a disinformation campaign didn't prevent mentions of climate change in culture, that doesn't mean that said disinformation campaign didn't exist and wasn't incredibly successful. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out other Gizmodo videos here on YouTube.